Okay, guys. I don't even know where to start. Oh, okay. So just got out of the theater. Morbius. It's not really good. It feels like a movie from the early 2000s, like as far as like a superhero movie. Very basic storyline, nothing complex. The FBI agents, like the actual police in this movie, are just comically dumb. You know, like it's like what like it's really weird. The linkage or lack thereof to Spider-Man, like how they advertised in the trailers, just didn't actually happen. So it's such a very strange film because there's some really awesome parts that are like, oh, that's interesting. Like some of the CG stuff with the fights are really interesting, but then the fights are very all over the place. Like they're so cut to cut to cut to cut to cut with no real continuity, with no real thought. It seems like behind the fight, it's just random. It just seems like random stuff, and it's really hard to follow. The villain, again, very predictable. Like I just felt like I was watching a story I've already seen. Jared Leto was cool. Like I thought as an actor, he did what he needed to do as the character, but I just think the character was so uninteresting. The things that they wanted to set up with the character could have been really, really dope. But I just feel like just fell super short, unfortunately. The post-credit scenes, guys, will leave you so confused. If you are fans of the MCU, you're gonna have a very confused look on your face because they don't make sense. So maybe I'll have a further spoiler discussion on this with some other creators that may have already seen the movie and see if we can piece together how this makes sense. It's really, really convoluted. Yeah, I don't know if the reviews that are coming out, because obviously the review embargo for press and media is literally the day before it drops in the States, which is already a bad sign to begin with. But some of the early reactions have been that it's really bad. I don't know if it's as bad as some people suggest it is for regular audiences. But for me, this is easily like a 4 out of 10 for me. I just don't know how else to put it. It feels like it belongs in like early 2000s. Like it doesn't feel current at all. It feels outdated. The pacing was okay. The movie wasn't that long, which was fine, but it felt long. It felt longer than what the runtime actually was. Like, I feel a little disappointed. I feel a tad bit swindled because the marketing material kind of pointed one direction and this kind of went a different direction. Yeah, I honestly don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I know people go into creating movies to make the best movie possible. People don't really go into making a crappy movie. And I'm not saying this movie is crappy, but I think going in, if you are interested in this movie, is lower your expectations to 0, and maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe you'll be entertained, but personally, it just didn't really deliver. But let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys have seen the movie. I want to hear your guys' rating on it, 1 out of 10. If you want me to do a spoiler talk on it, because I could go into more detail, but to be honest, like it's not really that exciting to talk about. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts anyways. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. E-gang, we out today.